All right, so here's the offer. So I am offering to bring you on as a bird dog to assist me in locating properties in Southern California that fit the model for pre-construction flip. So I will send you what those requirements are. You then can go out by whatever means necessary, find the properties from new home builders that meet the criteria. I'll run them through my analysis. If I then find one that meets it, I'll create what's called a special purpose vehicle. So a separate legal entity just for the purpose of investing in that property. I will then invite investors to be silent partners, where I am the general partner. They put up the money, I manage the deal. Upon the sale of the property, I get reimbursed for my direct costs associated with managing the deal. Then they get the reimbursement or the return of their investment. And then what's left is net profit. And net profit is then split 50-50 between me and the investors. As with you being a bird dog, working with me, you and I will enter into a separate bird dog contract, which basically will say for each successful property that I wind up creating an SPV for, you can get paid one of two ways. You can either get paid on a per property basis for each deal that I create, whether or not that deal is successful or not. So that's one way for you to get paid up front. That's a much lower fee. Or you can get paid on the back end as either a higher flat rate based on the sale of the property and the profit, and you can either get paid another flat rate or a percentage of my profit. So let me give you some examples because I already have this role already spec'd out. So generally, I would pay $50 for each successfully referred property. So if you go find a property and it meets all my criteria, and I wind up creating a special purpose vehicle for that, once and I enter into the contract to buy that property, boom, you would get $50 for each property that I do like that. So that's you getting paid up front.
Contract, right?
Huh?
As long as you enter into the contract?
Correct. So upon me signing the contract, I give you $50. Regardless of whether the deal went bad or the deal completed, doesn't matter after that because you get your $50. So that's the first way. The second way is, well, I want to make more money and I have faith in the deal. And so in this way, you would make your money on the back end upon the property being sold and me receiving my profit and my compensation. In that instance, then you would get $500 for each property. So it's either $50 up front or $500 on the back end. Or, and I'm open to this, we can do a percentage of my part of the profit. And so, and for the work that you would be doing, I would offer 10% of the profit. So if my profit was $2,000, then you'd wind up getting $200. If my profit was $10,000, you'd wind up getting $1,000, right? So, so those are the three options: $50 upon me signing the contract to purchase the property, or $500 upon me selling the property and making my profit, or 10% of my profit off the deal upon me selling the property and making my profit. So think about that. in which way you want to go. And in any of the three instances, I'm still going to show you, if you are willing, of how I go about selecting the properties, how I go about setting up the deals, how I go about getting investors on board, the whole 9 yards. Because this is not my core business. This is not something that I want to do on a day in and day out basis, but I got a system for it. And I know how to work the system. I just ain't never trained nobody else on how to use the system. So if you want to learn how to use the system, and then you want to basically manage the system either on behalf of my consulting company and make a larger percentage of the profit, or you ultimately want to license the system from me, we can talk about it. But this is a way for you to learn the real estate investing business firsthand, make money while doing so, and have an unlimited earning potential that's only limited by how much work and effort you want to put into it.
Okay. So you're willing to teach me the game of the pre-construction flip, right?
Yeah,
And but you're willing to teach it with me licensing it from you. So meaning if I was to do a pre-construction flip on my own, I would have to pay you a percentage of each deal.
yeah. So if you wanted to use my system, we'd have to come to some sort of financial arrangement. So I'm going to teach you how to do it, right? I'm gonna give that to you for free. But the tools that I use, I don't give that away. I'll license it. I'll enter into a joint venture and those type of things. You can, after I teach you how to do it, you can go and try to develop your own tools. And hey, if you're successful, more to you. But I went to school to develop these type of tools, and I've been actually using these type of tools for more than 25 years. And this is what I say: if it was easy to do, everybody'd be doing it. So it'll be really your choice at that time of how you would want to go forward, if you want to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm laying everything out up front, so that there's no misconceptions, or so that you have clear expectations.
Got it. Okay. So how does the licensing work? Like, how much of a percentage are you talking about?
I don't know yet. I haven't even, I haven't even thought about licensing it until now, because I've never thought that I'd get back into heavily doing it. But the opportunities are so great, and there's in so many markets, that it makes sense for me to teach the system and to license the system.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. I'm just trying to think now.
Look, you ain't got to make no decision now. Think
Uh,
about it. Come up with your questions. Text them
yeah.
to me. Email them to me. Write them down. And then we talk later more about it. Okay.
Okay. Okay, but wait, as a bird dog, is this something that's going to be happening like, more than just after, this interaction with my auntie, or are you like assuming that this bird dog would happen more often? Because
It's you can.
I'm not
So
trying to.
when you and I enter into a bird dog
It'll
agreement,
just be for this agreement.
say what?
It'll be just for this specific, deal.
So the bird dog agreement basically says you and I are entering into an agreement that can be terminated by either one of us at any time. But it
Mhm.
basically says, if you go and find a property that meets my investment criteria, and I signed the contract to purchase the property, then B, you will either get paid $50 up front, or you can get paid $500 on the back end, or you can get paid 10% of the profit on the back end.
Yeah.
And
So
and then it's up to you how many of those properties that you can go out and hustle up. There's not a limit to how many you can do.
yeah, no, I'm asking because it's not of interest right now to do like more like uh to do like a bird dogs like action like after this deal with like my auntie. Um so yeah, I'm not like really necessarily looking forward to doing more bird dog work. I want to like just know, like initially I just wanted to know how to approach my auntie because I know you can get buyers from her, but I don't know specifically how to say it, as well as to, well, I know how to say it, but I want to know,
Look,
you know.
we're not using your auntie for buyers. We're using your auntie to find properties
Mhm.
that meet the pre-construction flip criteria. That's what we're using your auntie for. She's going to get compensated her 3% commission by the seller.
Mhm.
So she's going to do what she normally does, right? She goes and buys and sells. She represents buyers and sellers. This is her being able to represent me and my group as the buyer, and her earning her commission from the seller.
So I would have to go out to these properties and see them, right?
Again, you don't have to do that. This is what makes this part easy. Normally, a bird dog would go out and do just that: scope an area, looking for distressed properties, trying to see where motivated sellers would be. This is a totally different model,
Mhm.
right? Basically, all you got to do is connect with your auntie or any other realtor and set up a meeting between me and her so I can explain to her, look, this is what I'm looking for. Um, and um, and then your work is basically done. And then it's a quarter of whether or not your auntie can deliver. And then the beautiful thing is you can end right there, or you can be like, wow, okay, let's see if I can get another realtor who can do it. Because on the buyer side, I'm not doing exclusive realtor representatives on the buyer side. So whatever realtor can find me the property that meets my criteria will represent me on that property. So it's property specific. So I can have 10 realtors going out there hunting. You see what I'm saying? And whoever brings me, the deal that meets my criteria, and I enter into the contract, they are the realtor on record. They're going to get the commission upon the sale. You brought that realtor to me, you're going to get the bird dog fee. See how that works?
Okay. Um,
And then again, if you want to, I will walk you through how that deal works. And that's at your discretion. I'm not forcing you to learn the system,
yeah.
but I'm offering it to you for free.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I hear you. It's just the licensing part that kind of like gets me, you know?
What?
I said it's just the licensing part that kind of gets me
What
uh,
licensing part?
when I do learn the pre-construction flip, and you know you want it to be licensed so that way you get a commission or you get a percent of each deal. I want to know like how much percent that is. And yeah,
Yeah,
you can't tell me right now, right?
again, I don't know yet. I can tell you it'll be under 50%. It'll be a number between 10% to 50% of the profit that is made off of each deal using my system.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look over this this recording, and I'll make my notes and I'll give her a call and I'll let you know.
All right, I'll send you the link to the recording.
Okay.
Stay blessed.
You too. Bye.